This is exciting.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Happy Friday. Coming at you live from South Carolina. That's just me.
Okay.
And how we move forward. And wait, what's going on? Am I okay? Is everything
You're good.
Yes.
We can
Thumbs
hear
up. Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday, and how we move forward and navigate through life is Forward Friday. And with me today are my two beautiful co-hosts, Melissa Lavigne and Dani Green. Oh my gosh, that rhymed, y'all. And then our beautiful guest, Glorie. I never say your last name correctly, so I'm not even going to try.
It's all good. It's Tiumalu.
No, see? Okay. Tiumalu there.
Glorie's good.
And and I just want to say for me right now, I just want to throw out that my top of mind today is Glorie's topic is about, using our gifts to serve others. And when I think of that top of mind right now, I think of, I'm in my car at a park in South Carolina as my grandbabies are at the park over there playing. And when I think of serving, it's not about a place, right? It's not about perfection. It's not about it's about being there when you're needed. And I'm needed right now. So I'm going to sit in my car and serve the people that want to be here to listen, to be a part of this, to be there for my two co-hosts, to be here for Glorie. And I just wanted to say, thank you for bringing that up, Glorie, because sometimes I can get like, oh my gosh, let's hurry home. And then I thought about it. I'm like, no, it's going to be okay because serving looks many, many different ways. And this just happens to be one of them. So there's my top of mind. And now on to you, Miss Melissa.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. I just want to tell you guys too, really quick, if you're watching and you want to chat with us or ask questions, just go to streamyard.com/Facebook. So then we can see you in the chat and we can talk to you, answer questions or whatever it is. So, Glorie, I love your heart and your passion. I'm so excited to hear from you today. Your topic was interesting to me too, because I have been in a state right now of doing that, like searching for like, what is my God-given talent and gift that I can share with the world. So, and I'm still trying to kind of figure it out, dibbling and dabbling in a few things, doing some self work with the wonderful Dani. I actually just graduated from her program. It feels so good. But I love what you said, wonderful. That is actually perfect. It doesn't have to be anything specific. It can just be daily. What do I have to give today? Right?
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes it's nothing. Maybe it's you're giving to yourself and you're sleeping in and taking a nap and just cuddling with your puppies, and then you're serving yourself that day, and maybe you're not serving others that day. So I love what you said, wonderful. So I just love to piggyback on that. Dani, I'm sure you have something fabulous to say about this topic. I know you do.
Yes, and I have, after serving at church for 14 years and children, adult ministries, outreach, and support ministries, that was, a season of my life. And now I, serve the world more broadly, which is great. But what I decided when I resigned from my church job, because God said I could, that everything that I do in serving others builds my professional skills. Interesting. Right. So it's giving, but it's also like, so when I lead the guided meditation for Everett Gospel Mission, it's a group prayer, 25-minute prayer thing, and that's building, those skills. I lead a grief group, which feeds into my the fact that I conduct funerals, and I don't know what I do, other things. Oh yeah, I'm helping a hypnotist group get on YouTube, so I have to figure out how to do some of those YouTube things, which will benefit my own channel, which is my next thing. Is Soul to Soul is the name of my YouTube channel, and I put all my learning videos on a playlist on my YouTube channel, so I'll put it in the chat. Please subscribe and just get all the information that's in any of my programs to date. It's all there. So that has nothing to do, what that has to do with spirituality, and I'm just agreeing with Melissa, sometimes you have to serve yourself as well.
Right.
So it's so fulfilling to volunteer things that not only help others, but also feed into my own life. It's okay to receive as well as give.
Right.
When you give, and it's always a huge stretch, you're going to feel depleted. But if you can give in a way that also builds like who you are, I mean, what a magic formula that is. And that's one thing that I've figured out in the last 6 years of my life having my own business. Yeah, so that's it. That's kind of everything that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I mean, you have to fill
And
yourself
so
up
with
in order to
that-
serve other people, right?
Yeah.
Oh, are you back? I thought you were paused a little bit, but you're there. Okay.
She's here.
No, I think I'm just staring like intently. I'm just like, hey, you know,
I
making
know,
it
you
seem
guys
like I'm
are-
a statue. I'm kidding. I love the direction that this Friday is going in terms of service isn't just for anybody, it's also for you, right? It's for, because you are part of everybody. And
Yeah.
so with that being said, I really just want Glorie to share what she does, who she is, where she's been, what got her here, because how I met her is through many, many years of not wanting to do any church stuff, right? Me and God kind of had a little out. And then I was invited to one of her Bible studies called Girl on a Mission. And that's really the biggest reason I went, because her title was like, oh, that's all about me right there, Girl on a
You're
Mission.
right.
And
Every girl's on a mission.
her heart was just so open to that. So I just want to say that your servitude has been on so many platforms, and now what you do as a profession is serving on a even larger, deeper space of how I knew you from the beginning. So please share with us what you do, how it came about.
Yeah, so I partner with a bunch of organizations. Right now, we're partnering with over 30 organizations and small businesses, and we are curating boxes, gift boxes, to give out to others. You know, and so what started as a gift box was more of a mission to fight trafficking for me, but it was just a platform for me and a place where I can partner up, because I am a strong believer of why reinvent the wheel if it's already invented. And so I'm always looking for a way of like, okay, here's this big, huge problem, 4.3 million people that are still enslaved today, right? And I'm looking at, and then I see that it's $150 billion industry. That really bugs me, you know? And so like all these little things, and that we're fighting for women and children. 70%, 71% are women and girls, right? And so a girl on a mission has to find a way to help those that are going through something crazy like that, right? And so, and then 25% are vulnerable children. And so I'm looking at it like, okay, how can I take this broad number and give to this area with my what can I give? And it's always been like, God's been always talking to me like, what's in your hand? Like, yes, I can put money in a bucket and know that it's going off to support people, or I can pray. I know that I could pray, and I can believe people are going to be rescued and restored, right? And so I'm looking at all these avenues, and the solution was there was a way for me to purchase products from survivors and be able to sell it and be a broader platform for survivors of fighting trafficking. And so I started a monthly subscription box, which ends up being a gift shop. And then, you know, it goes on and on and on. But it's a ripple effect of me saying, how can I give into this situation? Whether it's the 40.3 million people, or if it's the $150 billion industry. Because you know what deters me, like I get so upset, is that It's $150 billion industry. And I mean, it's bigger than Disneyland. It's bigger than Microsoft. It's bigger of all those combined. It's bigger than that. And so I found a way that, like, okay, if I can't fight, I'm not like this big $1 billion industry, but I could start with one box going out. I'm going to change someone's life. And that's how I've seen this little way of getting these gift boxes out. And so we've just been partnering with organizations that are fighting trafficking, but it started with using something that was in my hand and my gifts to just want to help others, right? Like I wanted to do everything. Being in ministry, if you're in ministry, your heartstrings are for people, right? And so I'm like, okay, well, I get it when I'm in an arena of ministry. But then the Lord brought me out into business, and business has always been part of my heritage. My family are just all business owners. They're all about helping people. They're all, they're farmers at heart. So you take the farmer aspect of what it's like to take a seed and put it in the ground and watch it grow, and then you're like, oh my gosh, how can I take that into my work? How can I take that into ministry? How can I take it into the work industry, right? And so, and I mean work industry, I'm like, okay, start this business from the ground up and see it grow, and so what may look like, I say, we're fighting for a cause bigger than ourselves. It really is bigger than ourselves, but I took what little was in my hands and I used it. And so we are seeing these gifts going out during COVID, which was the beautiful thing. Because at first you're thinking, okay, I'm fighting trafficking. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But when everything was at a halt, right? No, you couldn't go grocery shopping. You couldn't even buy gifts. You couldn't even go to someone's doorstep. I seen this open window of like, hey, can you send gifts to my family member in the East Coast? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, we just want a just because I'm thinking of you, just because I know you're alone in this season. I want you to see that you're not alone, And so I'm like, I would be anxious because that's what our gifts were in the first place, is to send out and fight for something bigger than ourselves, right? And so the window of opportunity was that. So people were using these gifts to serve others. And and it just goes back beyond just the box itself. It's what's inside there, the products. The women that were once trafficked are now using their gifts in healing also. Like, for instance, I just want to share, like, we partnered with 3 really amazing organizations. One was a body and bath business, and they had a love for bath and body stuff, right? And so, but they seen a huge need, and how can we fight trafficking? And so they went and hired survivors to make these products, and so now we're like, it's a ripple effect of like what's in the box again, like I said. So the gift of making soap, she was doing this forever and was like, I got to use my gifts and it's called Freedom Studio. And they started out with getting girls, and they were in a program, and they hired them just to pour candle, like the liquids into the candle. And then all of a sudden they were like, well, what's on your heart to create? And they seen this healing that was happening amongst the girls, that they're able to come to work, a safe environment where they can create these candles and yet get money that they worked hard for in an industry that loves and cares about them, and so that right there, I jumped on, like, how can you not want to be a part of that? And so as these women are lighting these candles in their homes, knowing that it has an effect to light up the world, really, right? And so beautiful things like that. So for me I could go and create candles, right? But is that my gift? No. So I mean, I could try, but I really probably wouldn't find the joy in it. I wouldn't find the passion in it. So for me to partner with organizations like that are already doing something, my passion is, let me be the platform to share, like, and I am, I love to share about these products and super passionate about it. And I seen that the only way for people like small businesses, organizations, to know about these products is a voice. I'm the voice. I'm the mouthpiece today, and so I'm the hands that put these together, and ship it out. We also, just to share another thing that I'm saying, like, it's people's gifts. You can use your gifts in any way, capacity to change the world. And so we've also partnered with a lady who created shampoo and things for your hair. She was a stylist, and she's seen women coming in that were broken and hurting, and she wanted to so get in there. But that's the Christian inside of you. You want to evangelize the world, but really, what is it? What can you do in this situation? You can't just rip her from her trafficker, or whatever you got to do. But she created a place for healing, and a place for where she's speaking to them, saying, if you need help, I can help you. And so she created this soap and shampoo line, and she took her gifts as a stylist and started making these products, and the proceeds go back to fighting trafficking. On top of the fact, she teaches other stylists, right, how to fight trafficking. So I was like, why would I not be a part of something like that, And so seeing all of this unravel, it was like, okay, although I want to be the businesswoman that is making these products and making money, out of the things that I do. But in turn, I'm like, I wouldn't be passionate about it. I wouldn't be excited. I'd be in the mundane of making when it's not really part of my gifting. And so I would be zapped. I feel like my energy would be taken into so many different places that I'm not that businesswoman that is creating soap. I am not the businesswoman that is creating products for your hair. Look at my hair, you guys. Like, look at it. It's dry. I'm like, there's no way, And so to see people's gifts just, and come out of the woodwork. Like, she was a stylist and ended up making products, and then seen a problem and created a solution for the problem, and I feel like us business owners, including myself, want to look at the gift that's like, I need the gift of finances right now, to sustain this. But I just feel like it's helping others, it's taking that woman from her place of business and raising her up, into a place where, whether she sees it as ministry or not, she's helping someone, she's helping the 40.3 million people. The 150 billion industry can be crushed because someone's using their products to change the world, so that's my 2 cents about business.
Yeah.
Right. And how I'm like,
yay,
really passionate about it. I love you guys. But yeah, so that means that I feel like everyone has a place. Everyone has a place in ministry and in business to do bigger things than just, I'm a hairstylist, I'm a subscription box creator, so
totally. Yeah. That's what I've been all about, is just collaborating and partnering. And like, I mean, you can do amazing things when you bring people together, because
right.
Everybody has their own thing. And when you all come together, there was this analogy somebody used one time, maybe it was you, Dani, but I forget who it was. But, it's like you have this masterpiece of a soup, but with the carrots just sitting there and the meat sitting there and the veggies sitting there, they're kind of blah, but you put them all together and you've got this amazing, beautiful soup that's delicious. So
yeah,
I loved that little analogy. Was that
you? Everybody, it's like the flavors coming together, and it makes sense.
Yeah, we're better together.
Good. Yeah.
And I love that you're just doing all that collaboration. So how can we help out the people watching?
Yeah. So it's gift giving season. I'm like, and to me, in order for us to continue to sustain ourselves, we partner with organizations. So we're we're keeping a survivor employed, you know? And so when our boxes are sold out, we can go in turn and purchase more products, which keeps them in business as well. So gift giving season, really consider buying products that are fighting trafficking, whether it is empowering a survivor or their business is giving proceeds to fighting that, or even just, you know, it's really looking at it and social media is so great at advertisement. Like, share, if anything, share the product. If you don't want to purchase it, share it. So somebody, you know, there's always someone that needs, it's a birthday, it's, you know, something that, and I'm the type of person, like, what am I going to give them this year? You know, like you know, everyone always gives this person, these are unique gifts, you know, that we can put together, and we can custom if you want, like, hey, I just want all soaps and all that stuff. You know what, whatever I can get that are survivor made products, I will get for you. That's kind of how it is. So yeah, purchasing products that are all about fighting trafficking. So
Perfect. Wow. Great.
Dani, do you have a question?
I'm just so amazed.
Am I
And,
catching
you know,
on?
I was thinking about the word
Okay,
connection. And I read years ago that, you know, when we have been hurt by a person, it takes a person to heal us.
yeah.
And I'm like, no way. I can just do this by myself. I'm fine. That's the old me. The new me is, yes, I need people. I hire people all the time to help me. And so, you know, I'm just saying these people are in situations where they've really been hurt by, you know, people, by the industry, and it takes people coming around them. Like, we are the hands and eyes and heart and mouth of God when we're doing these type of things. So I just am agreeing with Melissa how important connection is.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
it's just so important that we come together and love each other, because that's really how God's love is mostly felt. You know, it can be a spiritual experience, the love of God or the sense of love, and that happens, that's great, but it's a lot more, you know, often that it's through other people. So I just really, really, really commend that what you're doing and connecting industries, and so great. I was just thinking, I just made a list of all the people, like, in my immediate family, I could do a subscription and then just, like, give it to them for their birthday. So I'm going to sign up today.
Yeah, definitely. A lot, and that is what people do, is they do like a 3-month or a 1 month and send it off for birthdays, you know, those kind of things. But really it's simple. Like, you don't even have to think about shopping, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And then it just goes out and you just tell me the address and it ends up. I also do personal notes. If there is a note you want to put in there, I do that as well. So I think, like you said, the personal touch, I think note writing, it has went away, and I'm re-practicing. Listen, this is how I did my notes today, ladies. It's on a blank piece of paper with a pen. And you probably can't see it, but I'm learning to write because I'm so used to just, like, typing it out, right? And I hate my handwriting, but I can't tell you the amount of people are like, thank you for the personal note written. And I'm like, what? Like, okay, fine. So yeah, so we do that as well. We try to get as personal as we can get for people.
That's so great.
Oh, I have a question for you, Glorie.
Yeah. She's gonna get
I just want to make sure I'm still on time. Like, it's because to me, I'm just curious. Like, you went from one ministry to the other, right? How did that kind of transpire for you? Like, people who are listening, there's a lot of people who are listening who are very passionate about this subject. Human trafficking has plagued human existence forever, and it's painful. And so I'm curious, like, what got you there? Like, why, of all the organizations, why human trafficking?
Okay, so I've done missions. I spent, was it 5 years of doing mission work, whether, you know, South America or Cambodia or I just been everywhere traveling, and I have a heart for people, and I have a heart to, you know, from a broken part of who I am. Like, you know, at a young age was molested, and see the hurts and the brokenness in these girls. And if I can save one, if I can help protect one, you know, like it's just it was my action plan right when I did missions. I wanted to save the whole world, right? And you can't do that in a 1 week missions trip. So I accumulated all these facts and all these datas, and what was pulling on my heartstring the most, and the person who I am, right? And so I just seen the need to help fight trafficking, seeing vulnerable girls, vulnerable children, you know, like I said, the 71% has my heart, you know, the 25% children, you have my heart. And you can look at it as like, I can fight anything, poverty, you know, but really, how does human trafficking stems from a multitude of things, you know, fighting hunger, fighting fighting poverty in third world countries, you know. So those are the things that pulled my heartstring the most. And when I went into ministry, it was about fighting for people, you know, and how I can come alongside of them, how I can be the light, how I can use my gifts and my talents, you know, in this world to help see someone through a dark day. I will do that any day, you know. So I chose trafficking because you're not just fighting for the survivor, you're fighting for her family, her children, her community, her village, you know, and turn a nation. That's my biggest thing, is like, if you can transform one girl, and she can in turn transform her whole nation, you know. And so that's kind of where I have always kind of stuck. Although I do partner with organizations that fight poverty, and because it's alleviating the process of them being trafficked, or, you know, it's reducing poverty in a way where this mom doesn't have to sell off her daughter to pay her debt, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's kind of how it transitioned. But yeah, it will pull my heartstrings. Although I've tried to buy other things, and I'm like, come back to the center of what, because you can be pulled in many directions but staying focused on, what did he tell me to do with these boxes? What did he tell me to place in these boxes, you know? And so I try so hard, but with a heart of compassion, you're pulled in every direction, you know? So yeah, that's it for me.
Are you looking for any other type of products to put in? Like, so if we meet someone that has a product, could we connect them with you?
Yeah, at this time I am working, so they can send me their information, what products they create, what they're fighting for, and I kind of go through them. But with the season of COVID and not being able to get all my products at, you know, every month, I had to work with a company that's fighting trafficking, and then use their products within a quarter, so a 3-month quarter, right? So right now we're working with Freedom Studio, and then getting their products, and they have candles and they have soaps. And so I'm like, oh, you can stretch me out for the long period of time. Perfect. So yeah, so awesome. I still collect people's information, and then if this, like for instance, COVID hit, I couldn't get some of the products from Asia, and so I'm like, who's a small business that I can reach out to in this local area that fights certain, you know, organizations, whether it's fighting hunger or giving back to something, you know? And so I literally have them in my back pocket when I need them. Like it. So and I've had to use them many times throughout the season. So just depending on when my products arrive. So yeah, would love to connect with whoever has products that and the thing is, giving back. Are you giving back? Then this is the motto of fighting for a cause bigger than yourself. We're all partnering together. So, yeah.
Great. And we did want to say good morning to Karen Ray.
This has been such a yay! This morning has been so revelatory in ways of. As an entrepreneur, and then in my part in our partnership in this broadcast is career and entrepreneurship, business, and it really pulls me back to, at the core of all business, we are here to serve.
Yeah.
And when we are reminded that there's a whole nother group of human beings who truly are suffering, not just out of mental discord, but actually environments that are causing incredible pain internally and physically, it just brings me back to why and who we need to become as women in this space of business and to support each other like this. And so I just want to thank you and honor you for showing up here today and sharing with us and what you do for the world that is unseen. But today it is seen in some form. And so I just really want to, it's taken me down a notch of humility today of like, everything's going to be okay. It's going to be fine, because there are some that can't say that today, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And we have to honor them. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
For
and
the
all the information to reach out to Glorie, connect with her is all on the site. It's all on this video. And, you know, she's local in Washington. And then I think I think that's it, right, ladies? Are we in I'm not really sure where we're at in the time frame here.
30, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our lovely 30 minutes is up. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have an awesome weekend, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day, everyone. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.